I don't know if you guys can tell, but the sky is kind of purple, and it's casting like a purple tint around here. Midwest living, you know. Sometimes I knock it, but in all honesty, it'd be kind of nice, especially on days like this.
What's up, Game Strikers? It is I, RetroNick, your Game Strikers Wrestling Heavyweight Champion of the world. It's not a real thing. It is a huge pay-per-view weekend for the WWE. Tomorrow is Takeover, and then on Sunday is Survivor Series. And what better way to get into it than by me basically predicting what's going to happen. Now these videos are going to be split up, or else if I didn't, it would be incredibly long, and we don't want that. Now of course the match card is always subject to change, so these matches probably won't be in the order I predict them on. This is just going off of what I found online, because truth be told, I haven't been able to keep up with NXT so much, but I watched a little bit the last couple of weeks to where I can probably tell what's going to happen. So with that said, let's get with the first match. But before I do that, I'm going to ditch the Game Strikers Wrestling Heavyweight Championship because I do not want to hold that for the whole video. Now then, first on the card, we have the Perfect 10, Ty Dillinger, up against the glorious Bobby Roode. How do I think this one's going to go? Well, I gotta say, Bobby Roode's going over. Bobby Roode has been on such a roll since debuting at NXT Takeover Brooklyn. It wouldn't make sense not to put him over. Ty Dillinger has been there long enough to where he's probably going to get called up to the main roster at Royal Rumble. Hopefully at entrant number 10, 10, 10. But yeah, no hijinks really in this match. It's just going to be straight cut and dry. Great performance from both men. Bobby Roode's taking the W though. Next on the card we have the Authors of Pain being led by Paul Ellering up against TM61, or for you indie marks, the Mighty Don't Kneel, in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Finals. And I hate to say this considering they haven't really impressed me since showing up, other than the fact they have Paul Ellering, which is awesome. But the Authors of Pain are taking this one. They are trying to build them up as the next big monstrous tag team that they're going to give them the Dusty Rhodes trophy to put them over as the monster heels, and then probably at some point next couple of months or so, maybe at the next takeover even, they're going to get the tag team titles. And which is really kind of sad because like I can tell what they're trying to do with them. It's just Paul Ellering really hasn't spoken, and it's kind of a shame because he was one of the best talkers back in the day. And the Authors of Pain themselves, they don't speak. They really haven't said a word since they've shown up. At least to my knowledge, because remember, I haven't watched for a couple weeks. But I like TM61, but Authors of Pain, they're getting the W. Next, we have the Revival versus the team of DIY, do-it-yourself, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa in a 2 out of 3 falls for the NXT Tag Team Championship, and I am 100% excited for this one. The Revival is such a great tag team. They've been on a huge roll since finally getting it together and realizing what they want to do with them. 2 tag team wins, the only people in NXT to have a double championship record. And then on the other side, you have the amazing tag team dynamic of Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be a little biased with this one, but Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano are getting the belts. They worked so hard for it. They put on great match after great match. And I'm not just seeing them because me and the girlfriend, Lolan, we have followed them at our local show in town that we've seen them at. In fact, Tommaso Ciampa, he was chasing that promotion's main heavyweight championship, but he signed on full time to WWE and he joined up with Gargano in NXT, which is great. They reformed their tag team and they finally got a name for themselves, DIY, do it yourself. So I'm going to say it right here, right now. Also, because I believe the Revival are getting the call up soon, DIY is getting those tag team championships. Next up for the NXT Women's Championship, Asuka against the returning Mickie James. Who saw that coming? I mean, everyone really thought it was going to be Trish Stratus, but Mickie James, that's great too. I'm not upset with that at all. Who do I think is going to win though? Well, it's going to be Asuka. Look, Asuka's going to be the one staying. She's NXT's main woman, and she's probably not going to get called up even after WrestleMania. They'll probably keep her down there until after SummerSlam. And who knows, maybe Mickie will stick around after that. All I know is right now, and everyone else seems to think, that it's just a one and done. But never say never. In the world of WWE, she could be back for good. And now for the main event, for the NXT Heavyweight Championship, Shinsuke Nakamura, the King of Strong Style, up against the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. This feud has been perfect since start to now. They picked the right moment, the right time for Samoa Joe to drop the title to Shinsuke Nakamura and solidify Shinsuke Nakamura as the face of NXT. With Finn Balor being called up to the main roster, it was obvious Shinsuke was going to be the next one. He's basically Triple H's other Finn Balor. And considering since Joe already dropped it once, and it looks like his time in NXT is coming to an end, Shinsuke Nakamura's keeping the belt. Because as stated, he's their number one guy. He's the face of NXT. They're going to need him. And they don't need like rumors going around that he's coming up to main roster, because then when he doesn't, people are going to be disappointed and pissed. And also with the fact that Samoa Joe is most likely going to be a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble. In the Royal Rumble. So with that said, Shinsuke Nakamura is walking out of NXT Toronto with the NXT Championship. But hey, those are just my predictions. I want to hear from you. What do you think is going to happen in NXT Takeover Toronto? Tell us in the comments below. And if you want to see more wrestling related content from yours truly, or any other geeky or video game related stuff from myself and the others, then hit that subscribe button below, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.